Hello there, Pumpkin. Very interesting topic about RectumRishel. He's got $135 million of PulseChain coins, PulseChain, PulseX Hex. Now, a lot of you are concerned. They go, oh, he's going to dump. No, listen, just chill out. He doesn't want to dump. I don't know him. I don't speak to him, but I can tell you one thing. When you have a golden goose, you don't kill it. And he knows that. But if he was to dump at a 10x from here, he has $1.3 billion at a 10x from here, okay? 135 million, he's got like 1.3 billion. Some of you keep saying, don't worry, leave your $1,000, you're gonna make 1,000x. Well, you're assuming this guy gets 130 billion, becomes one of the world's richest men. I don't know what happens. I'm not gonna pretend to know what happens. I just want to tell you something. I'm long and I'm strong now because in a conservative case, a bear case, right, or some say realistic, let's say Rectum wanted to cash out at 10x from here, but he can't. He's got $1.3 billion if he wanted to. See, people who've never had money in their lives, they think that they're going to wake up one day, click market sell, send it to zero, and then we've wiped out all the bull market gains. No, they're not that silly. What's more likely is Mr. Rectum, with his 1.3 billion, he sells 10 million with an M. 10 million, which is nothing as a percentage, right? That's a 10x from here. He takes 5 million. He gives 2 million to Binance. That's their bull market fee for listing. He gives $1 million to Bybit. He gives $1 million to OKEX or whatever, you know, or wherever it is for their perps, perpetual trading. He gives like $5 million, goes and bribes all the exchanges. Now all the market makers and stuff have listed it. Sweet. He takes the other 5 million and he spends it on marketing, whatever that means, probably onboarding, and maybe that's the bull market fuel. Now he's created more perception and awareness. He's like invested back in the community that way. And then he can orderly exit if he wanted to. Maybe there's OTC orders going on back then. There's all these cross-chain exchanges, friends. Chainlink team do this, by the way. If you can get the volume up, effectively, what happens is, friends, there are people gambling everywhere. They got their bots, they got their trading. There's all these nerds who think they're making these RSI trades here and there. 98% of them lose, and everybody keeps trading the casino. Now, here's the thing. What they don't know is like every incremental hour of the day, there's a sucker who's leaving a bid on centralized exchanges. And what they're doing is they're leaving a bid, and when they get hit sometimes, they're getting hit from insiders and teams, and people want to exit a huge amount. They just can't exit everything at once. So as long as these things stay there, people just buy stuff like, my favorite letter of the alphabet is P, so I'm going to buy this coin called PLS. You know, you have people like that. Or you have people like Brandon going like, wow, the 4-hour RSI is really cheap on this. I'm going to leave my $100,000 limit order bid. And that's what they do. And guess what? Over time, they get hit by people like Rectum. Okay, now this happens in every other coin. Okay, every other coin. You ever wonder why centralized exchange coins, why do they list at high FDV and they just have this like, they're very, very sluggish and they're slow on average? Now you know why. That's why they do that. XRP guy, Jeb McCaleb, he did that, exited, I don't know, after like 1.5 or 2 years, he exited like an enormous amount of XRP. It was every Friday he would go and orderly do it. Now, they do it based off the daily volume. So that's what it is, okay? So like for Chainlink, friends, they can sell like $1 million or $10 million per day, don't even affect the price. So you want to know the formula, you sell 1% of the trading volume per day. That's how much you can take. So if PulseChain was doing $100 million of volume a day, which is nothing, that's when we got to get the exchanges, he could sell 1 million every day, you'd never notice. But it's going to take 1,000 days, 3 years to get out of $1 billion. But now here's the thing. If they were doing $1 billion a day, remember $1 billion, friends, it's all the notional, it's all a fake leverage. It's people like Brandon, and I'm not, shout out to Brandon, I'm just joking, right? But all these people out there, Brandon B, all right, there's many Brandons, right? Shout out also to Ragsy, other Brandon. So there's people who, obviously everyone's trading on leverage. They're playing with money they don't really own, but they're still getting hit over time. And the market's like correcting and stuff for that. So these people over time, they're leaving their bids for just big people to exit. That's why centralized exchanges are bearish. Bearish. I've been trying to tell you thousands of times. We are still early. You don't want to centralize exchanges. That's towards ender game. That's middle game towards ender game, all right? So there you go. Over time, the orders do get filled. It could be doing $1 billion of volume per day. Like even if we check right now, friends, you can go to CoinGecko and you can just have a look at the volumes being done for all these other coins, okay, on the front page. the volume for obviously Bitcoin 63 billion. Okay, but even if you go down, man, look at this. Chainlink, friends, today is 933 million. So it'd be about $1 billion today. That's Chainlink. Okay, so if Pulse did a 6x, it would be Chainlink's size, and yeah, it'd be doing $1 billion of volume per day, traded everywhere. And think about that. If you want to sell 1% of that every day, he could sell $10 million worth. So if you just do the numbers on that, right, $10 million every month, he's got rid of 300 million. In 3 months, he's gotten rid of $1 billion. You see? So he could exit, but that's at the 10x. Okay, that's at the 10x. When we get into the dopamine dealer territory and people tell you 1000x, how long do you think it's going to take to, like, here's the thing, it's not even how long it's going to take for him to exit. What's the chances, do you think, of someone with that wallet size, not just him, not singling him out, him, just talking about every coin. What are the chances you think they just don't click sell and they start capping it? That's where my mind frame is, friends. I had a bit of a spasm there, you know, too much orange juice. Or not enough orange juice, say they say. So at the end of the day, you're looking at these and you're just trying to figure out, all right, what are the chances of this? You never know. There's chances. The chances, friends. What's the chance Bitcoin goes to 200K? Well, apparently, it's like 95% now. You know, I don't know. But just, you know what I mean? These things change over time. Things are moving targets. When you get to the point in time, though, you can't go back in time and buy more, can you? No, you can't. Not financial advice, right? Have a very straight back, straightest posture in the northern and southern hemisphere. You can't go back in time to buy more. So what if the exit point is earlier than you thought? You don't know. They'll never tell you, by the way. They're not going to come out and say, by the way, I'm doing this campaign so I can exit. It doesn't happen like that. Also, Mr. RG3, shout out to him, Mr. Pirate Man. He revealed as well, Mr. Rectum, he is a big contributor to the PulseChain Pump as well. So, see, that's what these people are, friends. Whales, they need exit liquidity. This is the game, man. This is the game. When whales want to get in, okay, they tell you this thing's going to freaking zero. All right, now, obviously, a lot of people say to me, oh, are you fighting to buy? No, it's you are watching a red weekly candle. So when you see my post, you interpret it as bearish. When that same message is then pasted a month later in a green weekly candle, you look at my post and interpret that as, oh, it's either bullish or you're optimistic to conquer it. It's the same information. It's the same thing that happens to retailers, stock market, crypto. We've seen this game over and over again. That's why I will never cave into the crowd. Everybody's just a slave to their emotions, okay? So we are still early. No centralized exchange listings yet, but you know what happens? If Binance and Brian Boldstrong's Boldbase start listing, kind of got to think, what's really going on beneath the surface here? Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Don't forget to love to catch you soon.